What's going on, everybody? It's Jeff here. Welcome back to the channel. AMC down a little bit today. Seems like a lot of these big investors just took some time off to head out early, to go to the Hamptons, to enjoy the holiday weekend. The market itself overall was green. However, volume was low, as you can see once we got to about midday. Okay, the hedge funds were really at it trying to short AMC. We're still cycling in that channel, but what's more important, guys, is in this video, I want to talk to you guys about what you should be doing on a day-to-day basis rather than watching the line, because that's only going to start to build some impatience in some of you guys that watch the line. So in this video, we're going to go over exactly that. Let's rock this out first. I want to give a shout out to Comeback Cam. Guys, I've talked about this perfect pennant setup, and it does take a little bit of time for these formations to really, formulate, okay? But we are sitting in that tight channel, as you can see right here. I'm not the only one talking about this. So I wanted to bring that to your attention. Now let's get into what else you should be doing on days like today. Number one, what you should be doing is going over to visit Gabe from Review Dork and check out this latest video he made that was roasting YouTubers. It is a bit of a laugh and a lightheartedness, but in all seriousness, what I love about watching Gabe is he gives a realistic perspective on not only AMC, but just life and investing in the stock market altogether. You should go check him out. I really respect him and I love watching his videos, and it'll just give you a little laugh because, like I said, he had a great video on roasting other YouTubers. Okay. Also, let's get into next. First off, guys, market is going to be a little bit hesitant going into tomorrow, not only because of the holiday weekend, but as you can see right here, global shares fall on pandemic fears ahead of US jobs reports. Okay, that is taking a little bit of a back seat. This happens every single time the job reports come out. As of now, guys, you should be, even if you're new to the market, you should be really kind of understanding the way these cycles runs. Whenever the Fed speaks, whenever there's an expectations, jobs report is one of them. Okay, unemployment, everything. Okay, that really has a big catalyst in which way the market's going to go, and a lot of investors fear to it. You also have everybody increasingly talks about this Delta variant, which may start to build a little bit of fear in investors. One thing I do recommend for you guys, and this is good to play, is something called the VIX. The VIX is a volatility index. I give shout outs into the group all the time when I feel like the market is building up a little bit of tension. And this is a great way to be able to hedge your portfolio. Whether you're looking to hedge your portfolio or not, one thing, like I said, you can be doing right now is taking the time to get some knowledge rather than just watching the 1 day, 1 minute chart just bounce up and down. Okay, get some knowledge about what the VIX actually does. Another thing you can also do is take a look at the subprime mortgage crisis that happened in 2008. Do some reading, a little bit of understanding about what led to it, what happened, what similarities could potentially be happening right now. Now, things are a little bit different. The Dodd-Frank Act came into play, okay, SLR as well, and they're probably going to make sure that exactly what happened with these shitty mortgage-backed securities that were sold will not happen again. However, you are seeing the housing industry go absolutely parabolic. I literally am hearing about homes in San Francisco being sold for, I think, $1 million more than asking, and they're paying cash. Okay, this is something that you should really be able to learn about, because inevitably, what are you going to do with all your money that you make from AMC? All right, you don't have to YOLO anymore. You're going to have plenty of money now. You can really invest wisely, but you also got to protect the downside. All right, everybody always looks at how much money can I make, and they never really look at how much money could I actually lose. That's why I'm okay sometimes getting out of other positions before they reach their quote unquote full potential, because it also could rip back crazy hard, and I want to protect my gains and always think about how much you could potentially lose. Another thing that coincides to exactly where we are at today is this chart right here. Okay, this is the amount of margin, right, borrowing via prime brokers. Check it out. Even though, look at the 5-year chart. This is quarterly, so it's a little bit choppy, but we are hitting all-time highs. As you can see, this Q1, a little bit of pullback, okay, after some of the SLR restrictions were eventually relaxed and you had to raise requirements. Okay, but as you can see, guys, look at right after it happened, because that ended March 31st. Okay, that lax, the Fed, stopped that extension March 31st, and you can see we were back onto this rip of insane amount of margin. You could even check out this when it comes to all sectors, debt and securities and loans. I do want to point out the fact that take a look at inflation. Okay, I know sometimes you might be thinking, oh, things are expensive, it's just wood, it's just lumber. Guys, it's everything is being inflated. Anything that rises up insanely like this just can't naturally last. Well, what are you going to do to be able to protect yourself, protect your family, protect your investments, and also just gain some of this knowledge, whether you're investing in it or not? One thing that I'm very fortunate for myself is that I was investing through 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010. However, I wish that I was on the sidelines kind of watching and learning, because I would have pretty much gained almost all the knowledge. Maybe not as much, because I wasn't, like I said, I didn't have, I wouldn't have had a financial, attribute to it. However, to gain that knowledge, to not be able to take the loss, is going to protect you, like I said, going into the future. And on another side note that just makes this insanely correlate really well with AMC stock is, look at this amount of margin debt. This is out April 13th. Okay, the amount of margin is absolutely insane. This ties back to the inflation risk. Point of this, guys, is don't just be staring at the 1 day, 1 minute. Wait for some of these bigger formations to really come together. Okay, you're also dealing with, like I said, you've got, the holiday weekend coming up. We're entering the summer. Volume's a little bit lower. You got the jobs report tomorrow. Naturally, volume's just been decreasing. So rather than just sitting there watching the line, getting impatient, commenting like, when is this going to rip already? When is this going to rip already? When is this going to rip? Guys, it's going to rip. All right. We're sitting at that 53 level, just like we were sitting at that 550 level. When I was talking about, I was making videos sitting at the 550 level, telling you guys I was confident as shit. When I was down, I think 40, 50, 60 grand at one point, and I chose to double down and triple down to be able to lower, my average, which has completely paid off, obviously, as of now, where we are sitting. Okay, but take the time to not just stare at that, not just, spread anything, talk to your friends about it, but do some research. Knowledge is more powerful than anything, all right? You're going to make a ton of money from this play as long as you play it right. Like I said, as long as you play it right, you're going to make a ton of money from this play. Well, what are you going to do next? What are you going to do with that money? You want to go spend it on Lambos? Well, eventually the price of those Lambos are going to keep going up, and the value is just going to keep going down. So you're going to want to take at least some of it to be able to invest it. All right, invest it wisely, maybe some passive income, maybe some, good different investments that you don't have to watch the line like we do with AMC all day long. Now's the time to learn that. Use your time wisely, guys. That's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one.